everybody, Josh12 back here again with another video, and I'm here with another DC video. It's Comic-Con weekend, and it also seems to be a DC Christmas, and we got some very cool stuff with Justice League, which was definitely a huge surprise with the San Diego Comic-Con weekend, and I can honestly say the lineup looks pretty boss. But where is Green Lantern? That's the big question. However, with that being said and done, over at Comic-Con, we got Zack Snyder and the rest of the directors showing off stuff, talking about their upcoming solo films. But the great thing about the Justice League panel that we got the lineup and official promotional image, if you will, of the official Justice League together. We got all the gang, with the exception of Green Lantern, of course, Cyborg, Flash, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, all together, and I'm here to personally give you my personal thoughts, breakdown, and review of each specific costume and changes from previous movies, and of course for the upcoming Justice League. But with that being said and done, let's get into the costumes. Now, starting from left to right, let's get into the Flash. Now, the Flash was the big surpriser. We've been really waiting and anticipating to see the new Flash look for this movie, considering a lot of us are huge fans of the TV show and Grant Gustin. And I can honestly say, after seeing Ezra Miller in the Justice League trailer, I am hugely and insanely anticipating to see his performance and overall look as the Flash. However, looking at the actual costume in further detail, I can honestly say I'm very 50-50 with the look of the Flash. When you look at it far away from a distance, it looks pretty badass and awesome, but when you get right down into it, it looks very odd and creepy. I mean, like, first, let's start off with the positives with the Flash suit. The helmet looks amazing. I think the detail in the helmet and the way it looks awesome. The rest of the red armored plating around the costume looks really great. I love the Flash logo. It looks really classic, but also really high-tech, which is also cool. And overall, everything else, it looks pretty decent. However, I'm not a big fan of two specific things with the suit itself, which is A, the black mesh armored pieces and plating within the suit that covers underneath the red plating, and also I'm not really big on the weird wiring that's, you know, placed all throughout the suit. When you look closely, there's a lot of weird wiring that, you know, keeps everything in place, and I'm not really that big of a fan on it. I know the costume designer was talking about the suit and the wiring back when the London Justice League set visits were going down, but I was expecting something a little different, and I can honestly say I'm still not really sold on this wiring. I know it's supposed to, allegedly with the special effects, imitate certain electricity kind of effects and stuff when Flash is doing his Speed Force thing, but as it stands, I think it's okay. I think it's a decent suit, and in action with the footage that we got at Comic-Con, it definitely will look awesome, but when you get right down into the little details, it's where it counts, and I don't buy the black mesh, and I don't buy the wiring. Everything else is solid, but that wiring and the black mesh, I'm just not sold on it. However, moving off that, let's get into Superman. Superman, also a huge surprise. Superman was very non-existent with the Justice League footage, which makes a lot of sense because he's dead. However, the suit pretty much is the same from Batman Superman Dawn of Justice. There's not really any major detail change that I can see within the suit itself. Maybe there is in the little fine details that the costume designer can put in there, but overall it's pretty much the same basic suit that we got with Batman Superman Dawn of Justice, with the exception of the huge gash within the S because of, you know, he was killed by Doomsday for reasons. Moving off that, Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman, really badass suit. I've really always loved Wonder Woman's costume within the movies, and I can't wait to see her interpretation in their solo film, Justice League. There doesn't really seem to be a major difference within each specific movie she's featured in. There seems to be definitely an upping of the color palette within this picture and with the costumes, and I say kudos there. I mean, Zack Snyder's overall desaturation of color palettes within his movies and costumes is a huge disservice to a lot of DC fans, myself included, so to put back that color is a huge plus, and I love the costume itself, especially with the colors. And based off the Wonder Woman trailer, I can't wait to see all things Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot, she's on fire. Kudos there. Moving off of that, Cyborg, who's kind of like in between each character, pretty much is a CGI suit. I mean, we've learned from the set visits that Ray Fisher will be completely CGI'd from neck to toe, so there's not really anything he's logistically wearing as a prop or a suit. However, as the CGI design is in place, I can honestly say he looked pretty perfect as Cyborg. I mean, I like the design of the suit itself. His look as Cyborg is great. I'm not completely sold as Ray Fisher being Cyborg based off the footage we got, but overall I do like the design and look of the character. I think it looks pretty much Cyborg ripped out of the comics. And I also really like this chrome, like this really dark, blackish kind of chrome, like diamond shaped kind of look that he has to the mother box metal that's attached to his overall body. I really appreciate and like that kind of design. I just think it looks a little different from previous Cyborg looks from the comics and with, you know, other interpretations of the character. I just think that's really cool. Moving off of that, Batman. Now, Batman, pretty much the same basic suit. However, when you get into the little details, there's definitely significant changes from his BVS suit. When you go and watch the BVS suit, it's obviously heavily influenced by Frank Miller's Batman. With this suit, when you go into it, it still has the Frank Miller influence within the suit. However, the thing I take away from the new bat suit that Ben Affleck wears in Justice League is that it definitely has more of an Injustice kind of feel. I don't know if anybody feels that way, but after watching the footage and looking at this picture in detail and its high resolution, it's definitely, they're going for a very Injustice, at least, you know, character design-wise and aesthetically, tonally-wise, it looks very Injustice-y, and this definitely has that feel. You can obviously see that Zack Snyder and the costume designers started adding more padding and more armor plating within the Batsuit. I'm not really a big fan of that. I think the costume was pretty much spot on perfect within Batman Superman Dawn of Justice. Granted, sure, put some armor plating because, you know, he's going to be fighting parademons and other crazy alien characters, but as it stands, at least make it look cooler instead of just putting it underneath the cloth suit. I just think it looks kind of just hokey and cheesy looking. It just looks kind of stupid. It looks like the kind of Batman suit that like the CW would make, and no offense to the CW and their costume designers and prop makers, but it just has that feel to it. So as the suit itself, I'm not a huge fan of. I think they should have just kept it at the BVS suit, which I think is already great. However, I do like the new cowl. I think it looks very streamlined. It looks a little bit more perfect looking. It looks a lot like a cat more than the Frank Miller-y kind of bat's cowl that Zach was kind of going for in BVS. So I definitely can say that I love the cowl. The costume itself, I'm not really a big fan of. And also, I'm kind of shocked that we didn't get like a blue tinted batsuit, considering back when we saw the set visits and the reports, it kind of seemed like they were hinting at the fact that Batman would have kind of a bluish tint to his, you know, suit, so it kind of imitates the comics. However, based off the footage we got and with this promotional image, they're still sticking with black and gray, mostly black within this new suit. And okay, sure, with that being said and done, moving off of that and getting to the creme de la creme, Aquaman. Now, Aquaman in Batman Superman was a huge disappointment in my personal opinion. I think his look was stupid. I think his cameo was kind of dumb. And for the way they promoted Aquaman as a whole, it was a huge disservice to really not get that much of him in BVS. However, in the Justice League stuff, he is on fire. He looks fucking boss. He's a rock star. And with this image, he looks like a boss. He is in beast mode. I love the awesome suit. I think it's great. They have this great combination of definitely a huge dark kind of emerald green, very dark, desaturated in a Zack Snyder fashion, of course, but you can definitely see the green in there, and also this really cool green sheen and outline within the entire suit. Love it. It looks like emerald and gold diamonds. It just looks so fucking awesome. I love the suit itself. The trident is also cool. I don't know how I personally feel about Aquaman's weird eye contacts. I don't know if I'm completely sold on that yet. But overall, the look of Aquaman, I'm completely sold on. He is a beast. He is a rock star. And this is the official Justice League look. And I like it. I think it looks awesome. It's pretty cool to see him together at once. It's time to see DC movies where DC characters actually know each other and hang out together instead of seeing, you know, the same Batman movie over and over again or the same Superman movie over and over again. It's time to get some legit shit, and I am completely hyped for this. I mean, overall, I'm trying to keep my expectations low, but this image is just awesome. So overall, I like the suits, I like the costumes. Flash, I'm 50-50 on. I like most of it, but some of it kind of bothers me. Superman suit, pretty much the same. The Wonder Woman costume I love. Cyborg suit I think looks great. Batman suit I'm kind of 50-50 as well. I'm not completely sold on it. However, I'm pretty sure it will grow on me as time goes on. And of course, Aquaman suit is completely boss and beastly. But with that being said and done, overall, Let me know what you personally think in the comment section below of the new Just League, the Just League lineup, and the costumes themselves in the comment section below. Your personal thoughts on that. And of course, all things DC at San Diego Comic-Con this weekend. Let me know your personal thoughts on that as well. But with that being said and done, shameless plug time. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Jonch12. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And I hope you guys enjoyed. And this has been Jonch12.